Tara, we have LinkedIn to you for this. What's your free bit of information for us?
My free bit of information is your LinkedIn company page. So when you set up a company on LinkedIn, LinkedIn give you a free company page. And the benefit of that for me, I'm going to go down a bit of a digital marketing route, is LinkedIn and all the company pages on LinkedIn are search engine optimized, meaning that if somebody was to Google your company directly, LinkedIn's probably the second result. And why that's important is when you're trying to provide an excellent candidate experience, if candidates land on your website, websites don't tend to change that much. They pretty much remain static from year to year. But if you want to give candidates a living, breathing, heartbeat version of your brand, they can check it out on LinkedIn. So at scale, you can showcase what it's like to work for you guys through rich media, all your jobs, all your content. And at LinkedIn, one thing we do have is a lot of data, and we do have data to show that when people become engaged with your brand, there's a higher probability that they will convert into a lead, in the hiring funnel process. As well as that, when I was doing the recruitment for my old construction group, I spent ages trying to get people to subscribe to my newsletter on my website. I used to get my website heat mapped, basically showing where all the time it was clicked, and then, cold where nobody went on the website and nobody went on my subscribe to my email newsletter button, right? And I was thinking about that as an end user. And one story I tell my customers is I'm a prolific Zara shopper. So every time I buy something from Zara, I get to the point where they want me to opt into their email marketing. And God forbid, I don't want to opt into email marketing from Zara, even though I'm happy to follow them on social media, on all their social channels, right? So LinkedIn gave you the option to enable people to follow you, where you can at scale communicate to people once or twice a week through content for free, instead of trying to drive them to a newsletter where they might not subscribe to you. So that's a scaled communication tool that is there for free, that will allow people to research you and give them a living, breathing version of your brand.
No, thank you so much, Sharon. I think it's so correct. So a lot of websites with companies as well, they're more focused on the customers than they are on the, on the employees or potential candidates coming into the role. It's very rare you see. There are obviously very good talent pages there, but I think LinkedIn is focused on potentially your actual future employees as well. So you've got that ability to talk to them, which is great. Yeah.
And you're meeting customer expectations. Like if all four of us landed on the social pages of any company and they posted content 10 months ago, immediately you're thinking, is that company still operational? It's our expectation that if we land in the socials of a company or a service or anything, that we should see what they're up to in real time.
No, thank you so much for that, Tara. Very, very interesting. I might just stick with you again, Tara, for something slow. So this is more time sensitive strategy, intensive strategy, sorry, that offers significant long-term benefits, Tara. Like what's your offering here?
Your employer brand. It is my something slow. But if you look at the top brands in the world, Nike, Disney, Apple, Spotify, they all invest 7% of their top line revenue year on year from a brand awareness capacity, because out of sight is literally, in every sense, out of mind. Also, I have an interesting story. When we did recruitment in New Zealand, we were helping a construction company called CityCare. And I often talk about your brand and your associations as well being critical. So CityCare were a subsidiary of the Christchurch City Council. And when I went to their hiring manager and we asked her, why do you feel you can't attract top talent? What would top talent say about you? And she said, I think there's an association there that they think it's going to be like working for the council. So it's a bit slow, not digitalized, old processes, et cetera, et cetera. So by virtue of that association, the construction company, they were actually innovative and progressive, but they weren't able to attract top talent. So what I'd say is, from an employer brand point of view, think about what are you investing, what of the top line revenue for consistency in making sure your brand is in front and center of talent pools where they hang out online, be it on Indeed or LinkedIn or wherever, and making sure that that's a constant, slow burning investment. Because what we don't want to be is out of sight, out of mind. And again, in LinkedIn, we do have data, really strong data, to prove that as soon as you get talent pools starting to engage with your brand, there's a much higher rate at which they'll convert in the hiring funnel into an actual lead that wants to speak to you.
No, absolutely. I think it's such an important, it's a buzzword, but for very obvious reasons as well. It's something that everyone's focused on as well. And there's so much work that still needs to be done out there with companies. So thank you very much for that.